Warner Bros. Discovery being sold is actually much bigger than what people assume. It's not just the likes of Apple, NPC Universal. You have companies as big as Microsoft looking into maybe buying it. Also, you have the Saudis, the PAF, allegedly going to throw a $70 billion bid in there. So when people keep saying the Snyderverse is not getting restored, I don't really think you understand what's going on here. Now, it is interesting with the little things that keep coming out that I'm seeing, which factually, if you look into the article and don't just read the subquote, according to Netflix CEO Ted, the company has little to no interest in bidding for Warner Bros. Discovery, a streaming service that rents the ability to stream a lot of Warner Bros. Movies, has no interest in buying it all. Instead of keep renting Harry Potter to put on Netflix, they don't want to buy it all? Really? I think there's a little bit of mistruth going on here. Also, Paramount's owner has come out and said James Gunn and Pete Safran, the heads of DC Studios, if the merger goes through, will keep their jobs. Spoilers, lads. They both have 1 year left on the contract, which would run out November 2026, right? So whatever's in development now, and I'm not saying that James Gunn and Pete Safran's going anywhere. Pete Safran has such a good reputation when it comes to horror movies. James Gunn had a good reputation at Marvel, mainly because of the Marvel machine. Not really doing so well at DC, are we? I'm talking about what's out there. Now, I'm not saying the Snyderverse is getting restored. So yes, we will see Clayface. Yes, we will see Supergirl. Yes, we will see the Batman Part 2. Sure. And yes, Man of Tomorrow will be in post-production. But it's a bit odd how Pam Abdi and Michael DeLuca's contracts just got renewed, because realistically, the theatrical success this year has come from both of them. James Gunn's movie barely broke even. Yes, it added 600 million to the 4 billion kind of profit, if you like. But if you actually look at the numbers, Warner Bros. Discovery hasn't actually made a profit since 2021, which was the year that the Snyderverse, Snyder Cut, came out. Yes, it's because predominantly they are slowly paying back this huge ass debt. But what I find interesting is the James Gunn stand. We'll keep posting. David Ellison plans to keep James Gunn and Pete Safran. Okay, this merger buyout, the FTC are going to actually get heavily involved. The World Writing Society is trying to shut down this buyout. I don't really know why. It's going to take a year. So by the time we even get to this merger buyout potentially going through, if David Zaslav, who's currently in charge, hasn't renewed their contracts, they won't even be there anymore. I mean, sure, they still have to finish the Man of Tomorrow movies, and we'll still have, like, I don't know, subsequential contracts to finish whatever projects they're working with. But it might not even be a question. And of course, David is going to say, yes, we're going to keep them going on. Because, like we've always said, whoever buys them, it's not a good move to reboot DC again, because people will stop caring. People have already stopped caring. Most of the people I know in real life haven't watched any DC property in years, probably since The Flash, if not sooner. So it's not really that black and white. When people go, oh, if Paramount buy it, that means James Gunn's DCU continues. I hope James Gunn's DCU continue, but Netflix is still in the equation. And the Saudis are currently working on a UFC movie with Zack Snyder. Oh my God, what a conspiracy theory, right? Okay, so if the Saudis end up buying WB, and the Saudis have more money than literally God, they just recently bought EA Games, they could literally buy anything, right? And if they're working with Zack on a UFC movie, I believe it is, I'm pretty sure it is, do you not think they would like, yo, restore the Snyderverse? Zack has said he would continue Justice League 2, 3, you know, maybe like a Batfleck series. Like, that's all really people want when they say restore the Snyderverse. They just want the ending of Zack's trilogy. That's it. But it is funny and ridiculous to see both sides of the scale, because I'm neither for or against. When people say, oh, Zack Snyder, he's back, Netflix are buying, Netflix are out. No one's really out the equation yet, because the company could still be sold. Anyone could come in. Like I've said, Microsoft allegedly are also looking at buying it. Disney could try and buy it, but I don't know how they get around the regulators, because Disney basically predominantly already have like a monopoly already with everything they own. They basically own half of Hollywood already. So that is what I find fascinating here. So I don't want to keep doing loads of videos on this kind of stuff, but I do get asked questions. Yo, is the Snyderverse getting restored? No, I don't think it is, to be honest. But the potential's still there, right? Whatever happens, I want DC to be good. But realistically, at the moment, DC's not in a good place. I mean, sure, there is some things they're working on which could do well. But realistically, if Supergirl and Clayface don't make money, and it's not really looking like a good place to be a kind of DC fan at the moment, which is sad, really. But Warner Bros. Is predominantly a distributor for big movies like Dune. It distributes the Godzilla movies. It's a huge distributor. It distributed Apple's movie that they took financial, like, I guess you could say, credit for, the F1 movie. Even though they got paid like 30 million to distribute it, the F1's 600 million box office success wasn't really theirs. They just distributed it. It's a fascinating time to be alive, lads, because the evidence I see, even though David said that, and I think Paramount is the most likely company to get it, is I think the new bosses will come in. They will honor whatever's being worked on. The current plan of DC may get changed massively. I mean, I think what's going on here is Paramount wants to be an actual, like, they want to be like the Disney. They want to be huge, so much bigger. Paramount wants to buy freaking everything. I mean, technically, the owner's dad is like one of the richest people in the world. So, yeah, just like the Saudis, Paramount, Skydance have a lot of money. So it's interesting. And I know exactly, you're a Zack Snyder fanboy. I've literally just said I'm neither for or against. Sure, I'd love to see, Justice League 2 and 3 and see this Sid ready to murder for Darkseid. I'd love to see that. But whatever happens, it's going to be very interesting, and it would shape Hollywood differently, which they do need to go in a different direction now, because they're getting bodied by anime. And don't get me wrong, anime is really good. Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man made more profit than pretty much most movies this year, definitely the DC and Marvel movies. So it's a fascinating time to see what is good, YouTube. So let me know down below, do you want the Snyderverse restored? James Gunn is friends with Zack. Realistically, if new owners come in and are like, yeah, we want Zack to do our stuff, James Gunn wouldn't have a say in it. It could have just been an outside storyline. Personally, I think if James came in and they let Zack do his Snyderverse stuff as an outside storyline, I think DC would be in a much stronger position than it is now, because say what you want about Zack, most people love Man of Steel. Most people love BVS, the actual extended version, and it is what it is, lads. But like I say, I'm going to support DC. I'm looking forward to Lantern's show, looking forward to Supergirl, looking forward to Clayface, I guess, because it's kind of a horror space. But it's interesting. So that's what I know about the Snyderverse being restored. The title will be some kind of version of Snyderverse being restored. Here's the truth. So read it. I'm literally saying, here's the truth. The title isn't the Snyderverse is restored. I'm saying, here's the truth. The truth is, I don't know what's going on. No one else does. But everyone, all the Snyder stands seem to think they do. And the Gunn stands seem to think they do. And they keep putting up these streaming numbers when the Superman movie couldn't even chart on the Nielsen chart. It can only chart on the Nielsen chart when nothing's out. So like always, lads, check us out on Instagram at WarsStew, check us on Twitter, WarsStewG. And I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.